open to the sea. Flowers above us moved in the breeze. You chose the table down by the wall. We sat together and watched the morning here by the blue sea. Nothing needs to change. We can stay quiet. We can take our time. Here by the blue sea, the day is clear and warm. Coffee on the table, your hand close to mine. One little sailboat across the open blue. I looked at the water, then back at you. The book stayed open, we never turned the page. There was enough beauty right where we stayed. Stay here beside me, the road can wait. There is no hurry, it is still early. Stay here beside me under the summer shade. This is a good place to spend the day. An old song was playing inside the cafe. You knew the first words, I knew them too. We did not sing them, we only smiled. Some songs come home to us after a while. Here by the blue sea, nothing needs to change. We can stay quiet, we can take our time. Here by the blue sea, the day is clear and warm. Coffee on the table, your hand close to mine. The ice slowly melted, the sail moved away. The flowers above us still moved in the breeze. We found a small cafe beside the blue sea, and for one easy morning, that was all we needed. Pink flowers cover the old blue doorway, moving softly in the summer air. I stopped for a moment before we went inside, certain I had seen them somewhere. They looked like the flowers beside our old house, where every summer morning began. My mother would carry the water outside and tend to each one by hand. place I loved and had not seen for years. Flowers over the door, you made an old day feel near. For one quiet summer moment, it was almost home again. The windows stayed open from morning till evening. The curtains moved slowly all day. A neighbor might stop at the gate for a moment, then sit down and decide to stay. There was always cold water waiting, and another chair by the wall. We never believed those days were important. They were simply our days, that was all. Flowers over the door, moving gently in the light. You brought back a place I loved and had not seen for years. Flowers over the door, you made an old day feel near. For one quiet summer moment, it was almost home again. The house may have changed and the road may look different now, but I still remember the open windows and the flowers growing down. We entered the cafe and sat near the water. The blue sea was calm beyond. You listened while I told you about that summer and the place where I came from. The flowers kept moving above the doorway as the afternoon passed by. I carry that small memory with me. When we finally went inside, we found a table in the shade. The blue sea waited beyond the wall. You placed your hat beside the book and slowly settled in your chair. I held the cold glass in my hands. The summer breeze came through the leaves. For once, we had no plans to keep, and nowhere else we had to be. Iced coffee in the shade, the quiet sea in view. A little time for resting, a little time day. Iced coffee on the table and time enough to stay. You spoke about the years gone by. I listened without saying much. The ice moved softly in the glass. A drop of water touched my hand. An old song played inside the room. We knew it from another time. You looked at me and gave a smile. I understood the reason why. Iced coffee in the shade, the quiet sea in view. A little time for resting, a little time with you. No need to fill the silence, no need to watch the day. Iced coffee on the table and time enough to stay. The book was still on the same page. The ice had nearly disappeared. You asked if we should leave soon. I said we could remain a while. The flowers moved above the door. The sea stayed quiet and blue. We let the afternoon pass slowly as I sat there with you. Flowers were hanging over the blue door, moving in the air from the sea. I stopped before we entered the cafe. You quietly waited beside me. They looked like the flowers near our old home, the place where my summers began. Flowers over the door, moving gently in the light. They brought back an ordinary day. I had almost left behind for one quiet moment. Home did not feel far away. My mother opened the windows each morning and watered the flowers by hand. Someone might stop for a few simple words and stay for a cool glass of water. There was always a chair at the table and time for another old once more before we left, and carried the memory with me. You brought a book to read beside the water, and opened it somewhere near the middle. But sunlight kept moving across the blue sea, and flowers were dancing above us. You read the same line more than once, then placed the book down with a smile. There was too much summer beyond the table to keep your eyes on the page. The book stayed open all afternoon, but we never turned the page. We watched the boats beyond the shore and let the hours slip away. The story could wait for another day. There was no reason to choose. The book stayed open between us while we looked out at the blue. A warm breeze lifted the corner of a page, then gently laid it down again. You told me the title and what it was about, but soon we were talking of old friends. We spoke of the places we once meant to visit, and the roads we never took, then laughed when you finally remembered we had come there to read a book. The book stayed open all afternoon, but we never turned the page. We watched the boats beyond the shore and let the hours slip away. The story could wait for another day. There was no reason to choose. The book stayed open between us while we looked out at the blue. The sunlight moved away from the table, and evening touched the bay. You closed the cover when we stood to leave. We never read a word that day. The song began inside the cafe. You stopped and listened for a while. I knew the tune before the words. Then you looked at me and smiled. We had not heard that song for years, but nothing in it felt unknown. The room grew quiet around us as every old word came home. Our song was on the radio, playing gentle, playing low. It carried us to summers past and places we once knew. Our song was on the radio. You reached across to touch my hand for one slow and quiet moment. We were young again. We first heard it long ago through an open car window. You sang the words before their time, then laughed and started once again. The years had taken many things, but they had left that song behind. It waited somewhere quietly until this summer day. Our song was on the radio, playing gentle, playing low. We listened without saying much until the final line. The song grew softer in the room. Your hand remained in mine. Someone left inside the cafe while we were sitting near the door. It was not loud or meant for us, just a voice from across the room. Someone answered with a few soft words, then another quiet laugh was heard. You lifted your eyes from the table and listened for a little while. Someone laughed inside, soft enough to reach the door. It made the quiet afternoon feel warmer than before. We did not know their names or what had brought them there. We only heard the gentle sound of people glad to share the day. older man began to speak. Someone moved a chair beside him, so another friend could take a seat. They spoke about familiar people and places they had known for years. Nothing sounded very important, but everyone was glad to listen. It reminded me of Sunday afternoons around the table in our home. Someone always told an old story, and no one minded hearing it again. There was coffee in the kitchen and an open window near the stairs. We never called those moments special. We simply knew that we belonged. Someone laughed inside, soft enough to reach the door. It made the quiet afternoon feel warmer than before. We did not know their names or what had brought them there. We only heard the gentle sound of people glad to share the day. The voices slowly settled down as sunlight moved across the floor. You reached for your cooling coffee, and I looked toward the open door. Someone laughed once more inside, then the room grew quiet again. We stayed beside the blue sea and kept that warmth with us. The clock was somewhere after 2, but neither one of us looked twice. The coffee waited on the table, the sea was quiet in the light. You leaned your chair against the wall and watched the flowers in the breeze. There was nothing on our list that day, and nowhere we had to be. We had nowhere to be, and nothing we had to do. The whole afternoon was open for the sunlight and the blue. We had nowhere to be, no promise we had to keep. So we stayed beside the water and let the hours move easily. Little boat returned to shore. A waiter cleared another chair. The shadows moved across the floor, but we were happy sitting there. We spoke about the week behind us, then left the rest of it alone. Some days are better without a plan or any reason to go home. We had nowhere to be, nothing we had to do. The whole afternoon was open for the sunlight let the hours move easily. There are days we fill with plans and days we simply let unfold. The ones that ask the least of us are sometimes those we hold. We had nowhere to be and nothing left to prove, only flowers by the doorway and the softly moving blue. We had nowhere to be, so we stayed a little more with the summer light around us by the quiet cafe door. The clock kept moving without us as the afternoon slipped by. The sunlight moved across the table and rested near the open door. The afternoon was nearly over, but neither one of us stood up. The waiter came to take the glasses, then asked if we would like one more. He looked toward the quiet water and said, I think we have the time. One more drink before sunset, one more hour beside the sea. Let the evening come around us, there is nowhere else to be. One more drink before sunset, while the summer light is warm. We can watch the boats come home again before we carry on. You chose another glass of something cold. I asked for one more coffee. The flowers cast their shadows across the book we had not read. The little sail we saw that morning was slowly turning back to shore. We watched it cross the fading sunlight as we had watched it once before. One more drink before sunset, one more hour beside the sea. Let the evening come around us, there is nowhere else to be. One more drink before sunset, while the summer light is warm. We can watch the boats come home again before we carry on. We have hurried through so many days and left too many places soon. Tonight the road can wait for us until the light is gone. One more drink before sunset, as the sky grows soft and low. The cafe lights are coming on, but We do not have to go. One more drink before sunset, then we will leave this place with the evening on the water and its warmth upon our faces. The final light touched your glass, then slowly slipped away. The cafe lights were glowing as evening reached the shore. The flowers above the blue door were quieter than before. The book went back into your bag, our empty glasses stayed. We knew that it was time to leave, but neither of us moved. We'll come back next summer and sit beneath the flowers. We'll order something cold again and stay for several hours. We'll come back next summer when the sea is clear and blue. I will choose this table and save the chair for you. We spoke about the little sail that crossed the morning sea, the song we heard inside the room and every memory, the sunlight on the open book, the laughter through the door. They were only simple things, but we could ask for nothing more. We'll come back next summer and sit beneath the flowers. We'll order something cold again and stay for several hours. We'll come back next summer when the sea is clear and blue. I will choose this table and save the chair for you. A year may bring us many roads and days we cannot see, but somewhere by this quiet shore our table still will be. We'll come back next summer when flowers fill the door. We'll watch the boats across the sea just as we did before. We'll come back next summer, no matter where we are. We will find this little cafe and remember who we are. We walked away beside the water as daylight left the sky. You said until next summer, and I said so will I. The strings grew quiet around us as we left the shore. We'll come back next summer and sit here once more. We saw the blue door open to the sea, flowers above us moved in the breeze. You chose the table down by the wall. We sat together and watched the morning here by the blue sea. Nothing needs to change. We can stay quiet. We can take our time. Here by the blue sea, the day is clear and warm. Coffee on the table, your hand close to mine. One little sailboat across the open blue. I looked at the water, then back at you. The book stayed open, we never turned the page. There was enough beauty right where we stayed. Stay here beside me, the road can wait. There is no hurry, it is still early. Stay here beside me under the summer shade. This is a good place to spend the day. An old song was playing inside the cafe. You knew the first words, I knew them too. We did not sing them, we only smiled. Some songs come home to us after a while. Here by the blue sea, nothing needs to change. We can stay quiet, we can take our time. Here by the blue sea, the day is clear and warm. Coffee on the table, your hand close to mine. The ice slowly melted, the sail moved away. The flowers above us still moved in the breeze. We found a small cafe beside the blue sea, and for one easy morning, that was all we needed. Pink flowers cover the old blue doorway, moving softly in the summer air. I stopped for a moment before we went inside, certain I had seen them somewhere. They looked like the flowers beside our old house, where every summer morning began. My mother would carry the water outside and tend to each one by hand. Flowers over the door, moving gently in the light. You brought back a place I loved and had not seen for years. Flowers over the door, you made an old day feel near. For one quiet summer moment, it was almost home again. The windows stayed open from morning till evening. The curtains moved slowly all day. A neighbor might stop at the gate for a moment, then sit down and decide to stay. There was always cold water waiting, and another chair by the wall. We never believed those days were important. They were simply our days, that was all. Flowers over the door, moving gently in the light. You brought back a place I loved and had not seen for years. Flowers over the door, you made an old day feel near. For one quiet summer moment, it was almost home again. The house may have changed and the road may look different now, but I still remember the open windows and the flowers growing down. We entered the cafe and sat near the water. The blue sea was calm beyond. You listened while I told you about that summer and the place where I came from. The flowers kept moving above the doorway as the afternoon passed by. I carry that small memory with me. When we finally went inside, we found a table in the shade. The blue sea waited beyond the wall. You placed your hat beside the book and slowly settled in your chair. I held the cold glass in my hands. The summer breeze came through the leaves. For once, we had no plans to keep, and nowhere else we had to be. Iced coffee in the shade, the quiet sea in view, a little time for resting, a little time with you. No need to fill the silence, no need to watch the day. Iced coffee on the table and time enough to stay. You spoke about the years gone by. I listened without saying much. The ice moved softly in the glass. A drop of water touched my hand. An old song played inside the room. We knew it from another time. You looked at me and gave a smile. I understood the reason why. Iced coffee in the shade, the quiet sea in view, a little time for resting, a little time with you. No need to fill the silence, no need to watch the day. Iced coffee on the table and time enough to stay. The book was still on the same page. The ice had nearly disappeared. You asked if we should leave soon. I said we could remain a while. The flowers moved above the door. The sea stayed quiet and blue. We let the afternoon pass slowly as I sat there with you. Flowers were hanging over the blue door, moving in the air from the sea. I stopped before we entered the cafe. You quietly waited beside me. They looked like the flowers near our old home, the place where my summers began. Flowers over the door, moving gently in the light. They brought back an ordinary day. I had almost by hand. Someone might stop for a few simple words and stay for a cool glass of water. There was always a chair at the table and time for another old friend. Flowers over the door, moving gently in the light. They brought back an ordinary day. I had almost left behind for one quiet moment. Home did not feel far away. We entered the cafe and sat near the window. The blue sea was calm beyond. You listened while I spoke of that old house as the flowers moved above us. I looked once more before we left and carried the memory with me. You brought a book to read beside the water and opened it somewhere near the middle. But sunlight kept moving across the blue sea, and flowers were dancing above us. You read the same line more than once, then placed the book down with a smile. There was too much summer beyond the table to keep your eyes on the page. The book stayed open all afternoon, but we never turned the page. We watched the boats beyond the shore and let the hours slip away. The story could wait for another day. There was no reason to choose. The book stayed open between us while we looked out at the blue. A warm breeze lifted the corner of a page, then gently laid it down again. You told me the title and what it was about, but soon we were talking of old friends. We spoke of the places we once meant to visit and the roads we never took, then laughed when you finally remembered we had come there to read a book. The book stayed open all afternoon, but we never turned the page. We watched the boats beyond the shore and let the hours slip away. The story could wait for another day. There was no reason to choose. The book stayed open between us while we looked out at the blue. The sunlight inside the cafe. You stopped and listened for a while. I knew the tune before the words. Then you looked at me and smiled. We had not heard that song for years, but nothing in it felt unknown. The room grew quiet around us as every old word came home. Our song was on the radio, playing gentle, playing low. It carried us to summers past and places we once knew. Our song was on the radio. You reached across to touch my hand. For one slow and quiet moment, we were young again. We first heard it long ago through an open car window. You sang the words before their time, then laughed and started once again. The years had taken many things, but they had left that song behind. It waited somewhere quietly until this summer day. Our song was on the radio, playing gentle, playing low. We listened without saying much until the final line. The song grew softer in the room. Your hand remained in mine. Someone left inside the cafe while we were sitting near the door. It was not loud or meant for us, just a voice from across the room. Someone answered with a few soft words, then another quiet laugh was heard. You lifted your eyes from the table and listened for a little while. Someone laughed inside, soft enough to reach the door. It made the quiet afternoon feel warmer than before. We did not know their names or what had brought them there. We only heard the gentle of people glad to share the day. A woman asked if anyone wanted coffee. An older man began to speak. Someone moved a chair beside him, so another friend could take a seat. They spoke about familiar people and places they had known for years. Nothing sounded very important, but everyone was glad to listen. It reminded me of Sunday afternoons around the table in our home. Someone always told an old story, and no one minded hearing it again. There was coffee in the kitchen and an open window near the stairs. We never called those moments special. We simply knew that we belonged. Someone laughed inside, soft enough to reach the door. It made the quiet afternoon feel warmer than before. We did not know their names or what had brought them there. We only heard the gentle sound of people glad to share the day. The voices slowly settled down as sunlight moved across the floor. You reached for your cooling coffee, and I looked toward the open door. Someone laughed once more inside, then the room grew quiet again. We stayed beside the blue sea and kept that warmth with us. The clock was somewhere after 2, but neither one of us looked twice. The coffee waited on the table, the sea was quiet in the light. You leaned your chair against the wall and watched the flowers in the breeze. There was nothing on our list that day, and nowhere we had to be. We had nowhere to be, and nothing we had to do. The whole afternoon was open for the sunlight and the blue. We had nowhere to be, no promise we had to keep. So we stayed beside the water and let the hours move easily. Little boat returned to shore. A waiter cleared another chair. The shadows moved across the floor, but we were happy sitting there. spoke about the week behind us, then left the rest of it alone. Some days are better without a plan or any reason to go home. We had nowhere to be and nothing we had to do. The whole afternoon was open for the sunlight and the blue. We had nowhere to be, no promise we had to keep. So we stayed beside the water and let the hours move easily. There are days we fill with plans and days we simply let unfold. The ones that ask the least of us are sometimes those we hold. We had nowhere to be and nothing left to prove. Only flowers by the doorway and the softly moving blue. We had nowhere to be, so we stayed a little more with the summer light around us by the quiet cafe door. The clock kept moving without us as the afternoon slipped by. The sunlight moved across the table and rested near the open door. The afternoon was nearly over, but neither one of us stood up. The waiter came to take the glasses, then asked if we would like one more. He looked toward the quiet water and said, I think we have the time. One more drink before sunset, one more hour beside the sea. Let the evening come around us, there is nowhere else to be. One more drink before sunset, while the summer light is warm. We can watch the boats come home again before we carry on. You chose another glass of something cold. I asked for one more coffee. The flowers cast their shadows across the book we had not read. The little sail we saw that morning was slowly turning back to shore. We watched it cross the fading sunlight as we had watched it once before. One more drink before sunset, one more hour beside the sea. Let the evening come around us, there is nowhere else to be. One more drink before sunset, while the summer light is warm. touched your glass, then slowly slipped away. The cafe lights were glowing as evening reached the shore. The flowers above the blue door were quieter than before. The book went back into your bag. Our empty glasses stayed. We knew that it was time to leave, but neither of us moved. We'll come back next summer and sit beneath the flowers. We'll order something cold again and stay for several hours. We'll come back next summer when the sea is clear and blue. I will choose this table and save the chair for you. We spoke about the little sail that crossed the morning sea, the song we heard inside the room and every memory, the sunlight on the open book, the laughter through the door. They were only simple things, but we could ask for nothing more. We'll come back next summer and sit beneath the flowers. We'll order something cold again and stay for several hours. We'll come back next summer when the sea is clear and blue. I will choose this table and save the chair for you. A year may bring us many roads and days we cannot see, but somewhere by this quiet shore our table still will be. We'll come back next summer when flowers fill the door. We'll watch the boats across the sea just as we did before. We'll come back next summer, no matter where we are. We will find this little cafe and remember who we are. We walked away beside the water as daylight left the sky. You said until next summer, and I said so will I. The strings grew quiet around us as we left the shore. We'll come back next summer.